And how about some fresh coffee with some fresh baked biscuits here? This is Mariefiebach from Feed Your Family Tonight. And Marie, thank you very much for being here. What a cool way to kind of start the day.
Well, this is an easy thing that you can make even on a weekday morning. These are cream biscuits, so you don't have to worry about butter or anything. All it is 3 cups of flour. I use white whole wheat flour, and then 4½ teaspoons of baking powder, 2 tablespoons of sugar, and 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt. And you just want to mix that together until it kind of all mixes together and the flour gets a little bit light. And then you add heavy whipping cream. This is 2¼ cups of heavy whipping cream, and I'm not going to add all of it in at the beginning because you sometimes don't need it all. It kind of depends upon the weather outside. It's kind of wet outside today, so we may not need quite as much. And you just stir it together until it forms a dough. These biscuits come together in about 2 minutes, and then they only bake for 12 to 15. So they're a super fast and easy biscuit to make. I like to make them on Sunday mornings. We kind of have hearty breakfasts on Sunday mornings, and so this is fast for us to make on Sunday mornings. Then once it comes together in a dough, you just put it onto your countertop. I have a little roll pat here, and notice there's a little bit of flour left in the bottom of the pan, and that's totally fine. That helps you kind of spread it down. You just form it into a blob, and then you can shape it or roll it out just a little bit. And if you have a biscuit cutter, you can cut it with the biscuit cutter, but honestly, I like to just use a knife, and I get square biscuits, and then I don't have to worry about re-rolling scraps. And you just put them on a parchment lined tray, bake them at 425 for about 12 to 15 minutes.
That is so easy. And even just the combination here, you said you don't necessarily need all of the heavy cream.
Right.
It's just kind of a look and feel.
Right. It's just a look and feel. And notice this is a little bit loose. There's a little bit of powder around it. With biscuits, you don't want to handle them too much because it has them become tough. You want them to be nice and tender. So I'd rather have a little bit of loose flour and a little bit of flaky layers than to have a perfect shaped biscuit.
That's good to know. I would be mixing and mixing until it got, looked like a perfect dough. But you want that imperfection.
You want a little bit of imperfection. It keeps them light and tender. Shane, you've had one. What do you think?
Yeah, I've been over here. They are nice. They're flaky. They're dense at the same time, though. So you feel like you're actually getting full for breakfast or whatever it is. And what jam is this? I don't know. You got something going on here.
That's an all fruit spread. It's a strawberry jam that doesn't have any added sugars to it. It's all sweetened with fruit juice because that's what I like to keep in my home.
Yes.
So
it's so easy. You just
so
whip that
easy.
together here in just a few minutes.
So easy. Again, 12 to 15 minutes. You bake them at 425. And these biscuits are just a nice little staple in my house. If you ever make that turkey sausage I made a few months ago, you can make biscuits and gravy with the homemade turkey sausage. That's something that I like to do on Sunday mornings in our home as well.
Delicious and so easy. Now, last week we talked about your Facebook group, Feed Your Family Tonight. You can find that group on Facebook. But you also have a podcast as well. Tell us about that.
I do. I have a podcast called the Feed Your Family Tonight podcast. It's anywhere you can find your podcast on Apple Podcast and Google Play and Stitcher. It talks about all sorts of different things. My last one was all about salt, about all the different kinds of salt. Today I used a table salt. Most of the times I use a gray sea salt. It talks about where the salts come from.
Nice. Okay, well, very interesting. I have a podcast called Shane Eats Biscuits, and this will fit on the episode very nicely.
Marie, a wealth of knowledge. You can find more at feedyourfamilytonight.com, where you can also find this recipe as well.
Yes, it's on the blog today under the recipes blog tab.
Perfect.
All right, and always check out the cookbook right here, the recipe book, where you can find all sorts of recipes there, and the daily planner. It's all part of Feed Your Family Tonight's package at feedyourfamilytonight.com. We'll be back after this.